kick off their World Cup campaign up against Cristiano Ronaldo in Portugal. Any of them going to get closer to this? We're going to take a look next. That's right, folks. Bubbles giving another World Cup Rivals video today. We've got a Ghanaian on the line, and we're going to talk all about Ghana's chances against Portugal and the World Cup. And we'll get to him in just a second. Of course, please shout out my VRPs. They are the patrons, of course. And if you know where you've been, smash your subscribe button, bang out all things Res related, Ghanaian football related, World Cup related. We got it all here, boys, under one roof. Of course, it's a non-stop shop here at Blabbering Overseas. We're going all around the world, that's right. And today, we're going to London. That's right. Catch up with my Ghanaian governor. Here he is, of course. Kevin, tell him a little bit about yourself, your name, and, of course, something about Ghana.
Well, I suppose it's not something that everyone doesn't know, because I think we should have been the first African team in the semi-final, but I need to let that go. So, yeah, Ghana, something that people don't know about Ghana. There's lots paradise, so free around there. The people are very welcoming.
What's a traditional Ghanaian dish? If I go to Ghana, what do I got to eat?
Oh, the food is amazing. Actually, you need to try some. So one of our staple dishes is jollof rice.
Ooh.
And I know there's some wars with Nigeria about who makes the best jollof rice, but you'd hear Ghana pop up a lot.
All right.
So we make the best one. We've got lovely food called wache. We've got yam, spinach stew. Honestly, a lot of starchy food which can get you to put on weight quite easily. So be careful.
So eat it in small quantities or something like that. Okay, so Ghana kick off their World Cup campaign up against Portugal in a group that's, for me, I think it's wide open. Anyone's pick really, especially for the two spots that are up for grabs. What are your hopes for Ghana in their first match and maybe in the group itself?
Okay, so in the first match, it's actually going to be an interesting one because I have a lot of Portuguese friends and my godson's half Portuguese as well. So it's always good to banter with the family. So I definitely want to get one over them so I can rub it in their face. But if I'm being brutally honest, Portugal's team is packed full of stars. So it's going to be a tough test for us. I think, if I'm brutally honest, I'll be happy with a draw in this one. And then 2 wins in the next 2 games. But yeah, I think if we can defend well, sneak a goal on a counter-attack, that is the dream. But I don't mind the draw in this one. Maybe so the household, the Portuguese Ghanaian link-up is even. And hopes for the tournament, I think, as long as we beat Uruguay, I'm actually happy. I think that is all I want. I just want revenge.
Yeah. You do guys have a score to settle there, big time score to settle. I think I actually spoke with a Uruguay. I think Uruguay has beef with everybody in this group. They have beef with South Korea, beef with Portugal, and yourselves, of course. But of course, with this game in mind, the Portuguese game, and of course the games going on elsewhere, and the rest. How far can this Ghanaian team go?
Well, I think with the new changes in place, actually, because to be honest, before the World Cup, I didn't have much hopes. I'll be honest. I think the team, there was a lot of friction in the team. We got a new coach. I think Chris Hooton, people might know him from Brighton. He's our new technical director. So he's actually helped recruit more English-based players to the Ghanaian squad. So we've got Tariq Lamptey, and I think we've got 1 or 2 more. Quincy Promise as well. He's joining the team. So Mohamed Kudus, people know him from Ajax. We really had a good Champions League season. So now, and especially after we beat Nigeria in the playoffs, I think that's given us confidence. And I think we can, maybe at least the round of 16, quarterfinals, that'll be brilliant for me if we can touch that stage again. But just getting out of the group, I'm happy with.
Okay, perfect. What about, of course, for maybe a bit of my community online are familiar with English football, and there are, as you said, a lot of English-based players coming in for Ghana. But if there's anybody in that squad that's going to get us off our seats for excitement, wow factor, who's the guy who's going to keep an eye on in Qatar?
Okay, well, I think an obvious one I'd say is Thomas Partey. I guess, Arsenal defender. Let me say Arsenal midfielder, general. I think he started to play well for Arsenal, but for Ghana, I always think he plays so much better for Ghana than he does Arsenal. But he's going to be a general, so I think watch out for him. As mentioned before, Mohamed Kudus, he actually is he's young, and he's getting goals now. He's quite rapid. He's quite exciting. I think Mohamed Kudus for me might be my breakout star from this team. But other names to look out for, I'll probably say Inaki Williams. He's actually so I think it was him that I meant to say, not Quincy Promise. I think Quincy Promise plays for Holland. But Inaki Williams, he's a Spanish striker, and I don't think he's played for Spain, so we've actually got him to switch allegiance.
Wow.
So
Nice.
he's going to be a good player. But if I had to name one, it will be Mohamed Kudus. Maybe Tariq Lamptey as a wow factor from right back as well, as people have seen him. He's fast, rapid. He'll be a threat.
Yeah. There was as much talk about him, maybe even playing for England, but of course if he's switched now, there's no turning back. So, what are your concerns about Portugal for this game? Of course, there's the Ronaldo factor and all that kind of stuff, but maybe there are other factors for Portugal that also worry you.
Yeah, actually, because I know they've got a decent striker. Is it Ramos? I think there's a Ramos and a Silva. I know both of them play for Benfica, but for some reason I don't think they've picked Rafa Silva. So to be honest, I'm happy they lose. They don't bring their best players, then we got more of a chance. But yeah, I would say their striker. There's that Ramos guy, of course, Ronaldo. It's a shame Jota's out because I actually support Liverpool and Jota is an amazing player. So it's a shame that he's out. But yeah, I actually think their squad is depleted a little bit with missing names and injuries. They have got good midfielders, Ruben Neves, like is it Guedes as well. Their squad is packed full of stars. Joao Cancelo for Man City as well. Yeah, they've got threats all over the pitch, and I'm not gonna, I'll be honest. I'll think that they are the biggest threat in the group. Once we get this game out of the way, I think it's plain sailing. So best I can hope for the draw.
Get the business done, and then hopefully, if you get something out of that game, then maybe the other two will be not as threatening, and of course your chances for maybe even to challenge for that number one spot could even open up. Okay, so let's just say you've been given the keys to the car here. You've got to pick your 11. Who's it going to be? Goalkeeper all the way through. So over to you.
Okay. Goalkeeper, I think, our best goalkeeper, I would say, it's goalkeeper, to be honest. We haven't really been blessed with amazing.
You're struggling at the moment, I think, with goalkeepers.
Yeah, so I think Walcott might be, I think he's the one that's played the most, Jojo Walcott, so let's go with him. He's trusted by the manager, so he sees something, of course, so go with Jojo Walcott. Of course, right back, Tariq Lamptey. Defenders, I don't know. Dennis Sadoy, he's played for Fulham. I mean, he didn't do too well for Fulham, but I think he's moved to another team and he's starting to play well. And he's got Premier League experience, so let's chuck him in. Mohamed Salisu, the Southampton defender.
Yep.
I mean, he's had some brilliant games, but he's also had some really rash ones. So let's hope he keeps the rashness to a minimum. So he'll have to go in. Left back is a tough one, to be honest. Actually, because we got Daniel Amate as well for Leicester, so I think he might come in. So maybe Salisu and Amate, maybe. Left back, or maybe 3 at the back and then have 4 in midfield, maybe. I think we can do something like that. All the teams are doing it now.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
We've got Fatu Ishaku. He's good. As mentioned, Mohamed Kudus, Thomas Partey, and we've still got the Ayew brothers. I think it's only Jordan that is possibly going to be picked, because I don't know why Ghana are leaving it so late to pick their squad. So we haven't still actually named our squad yet, which should be coming in the next couple of days. But I'd say Jordan, Ayew, Thomas Partey, Kudus, and we've got Ishaku, and then up front maybe Inaki Williams. And I wouldn't even put Jordan Ayew. There's another guy that plays for Roma.
The Ghanaian guy.
Felix Afena-Gyan.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, out with one Jan, we've got another new one now. So I really like him. I hope he shows the world what he can do, because I don't think he's had the best season at Roma. So yeah, I think I'll go with that team. I'm not sure if I'm missing a player, but
it sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Okay, so there is another game going on in your group between South Korea and Uruguay. What do you want to happen between those two? But also, what do you think will happen between those two?
Okay, so what I want in that group is a draw, so that gives, obviously, if we lose or we draw, then we're still within touching distance of getting going through seconds. So I want a draw, but in reality, if I'm gonna be brutally honest, so let me take my Ghana hat off for a second. I think Uruguay might win because another player that I like plays for Liverpool, Darwin Nunez. They've got him. Even though Suarez and Cavani are old, but Valverde, they've actually got some really good players. So I think Uruguay would win that one, but hopefully a draw.
Yeah, well, you never know. Football's a funny old game. But now, here it comes, the big money question. What's going to happen? Ghana, Portugal, final score. What are you thinking?
Oh, okay. So final score, I think we can shock Portugal. I mean, Ronaldo, obviously, there's a lot of talk about him, how his age and everything. So I think everyone's trying to pass Ronaldo. They won't play as a team. Let's go for a Ghana 1-0 win.
Ooh, bold indeed. Appreciate that, Kevin. You were a superstar, of course, and hopefully we'll get to know each other a bit more over the next couple of weeks. And hopefully Ghana can be going deep into this competition and to maybe right some wrongs in this group. So I appreciate you giving up your time. And you guys, I appreciate you stopping by and viewing. Make sure you do give Kevin and the guys and the Ghanaian brothers some love here. Smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. Check out the links down below. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook. We're all over the place, of course, for the World Cup. We are like a bad stink. You cannot get rid of me. Smash your subscribe. I love my football. So does Kevin. Of course, we'll be back, of course, to catch up with Ghana a little bit later on. But until then, guys, we're bouncing out.